Hey y'all, it's me, Nafateri with CPDollars.com, and today I am sitting with Cortez Hicks, owner of Hickory Hills Nutrition. And Cortez, first of all, I want to say thank you for sitting and chatting with me. I greatly appreciate you, and as usual, it is great to see you.
My
Um,
pleasure.
so can you just tell us a little bit about yourself, your business, and what it is you do?
All right. Cortez Hicks, born and raised outside of Chicago, and we actually went to high school together, so that's where went to Kenwood Academy,
Roots,
uh,
roots.
and learned about got into fitness and nutrition about let's say it's going on about 12 years ago. So, time my senior year of high school, not high school, senior year of college, got into the whole fitness and nutrition industry. Started with just doing group fitness classes on campus. And those group fitness classes were dance group fitness classes. I started teaching people how to do the wobble. This is like 2010. Yes, this is circa 2010. And I literally just wanted to do work out with my friends, and they came up with like I just create playlists, and it grew from there. Um, from doing it on campus to renting out the cameras in the library, and then creating videos and uploading those on YouTube, and looking back at the camera quality of videos circa like 2009, 2010 versus what's on our phone is absolutely like I was ahead of the game. And then traveling to different schools. Once I graduated, came back to Chicago, still pursued the world of fitness, and then got into personal training, then eventually got into nutrition. And then you talking about 13, 14 years later, we're in a space where built not just a smoothie bar cafe or whatever like that, but an actual hub for people to learn more about fitness and nutrition and all that stuff too. So that's the space that I'm in right now, and how I kind of got here over the last, say, 13 years or so like that.
Okay, so you mentioned the nutrition cafe and bar. Can you tell us where you're located, what products you sell?
So located in Hickory Hills, southwest suburb, right past Chicago Ridge, in the Chicago Ridge, Hickory Hills area. We've been here for 2 years. So actually in August, we will be celebrating 2 years. Yay for us.
Okay,
Um,
yay.
and we focus on good nutrition, healthy shakes, energy teas, and we have all the additional enhancers that people may need. But we focus on the quick and fast, healthy breakfast. So a lot of people are into healthy, either protein shakes, meal replacement shakes, and they're looking for a substitute to get their what we call clean energy, the green tea, the aloe vera, the B12. So we serve those, but the difference is they're a lot more colorful. They taste great, and then in addition to that, we also focus on nutrition plans, and then we create a healthy community as well. So we do online coaching and in-person coaching,
Okay.
which is the very big difference between going to a Smoothie King or a Tropical is not only you getting a protein shake, but you can have a conversation about your health and fitness goals. And that's
Okay.
really what we specialize in, and why do we want to create a hub. So we do that in person and online. So I took my online coaching business and put it into a physical location. And then in addition to that, we do group fitness classes a couple times a week. And they're really for all ages and all fitness levels. But it's another way to just get the community involved and get the community active. And so that's what we focus on here versus just like, yeah, you can go anywhere and get a healthy shake, an energy tea, some caffeine and stuff like that, but we want to make sure that we also create a space for people to get help with their health and fitness goals and have a community around it as well.
Okay, great. Now I will say I visited you all like last summer and I sat in there for a little bit. And I definitely got that vibe from you all. I want to say your wife was there before I think before you got there, but I
Yep.
definitely felt the vibe. Customers coming in, knowing who the customers are, maybe not like their name, but you at least knew like their order, what they were trying to do. And I feel like that's still great. Just especially getting to know your customers, getting to know people. It was a lot of conversation about just random stuff, also fitness, but it felt very family oriented and friendly from the beginning. When I did get there, I don't remember. I feel like I had one of your teas and the coffee and then the protein donuts. And I
Right.
really like those because they're so cute and little and they were great. So I know you served was that Herbalife products?
Hmm.
What got you into that? Like I guess what sparked that interest, or why did you choose that particular product?
So actually, so as I said, I've been into nutrition and fitness for 13 years now. So let's take it back to 2013, 2014. Was working in Chicago Public Schools as a post-secondary coach and was doing group fitness and personal training part-time. And I knew I was at a space where I knew I wanted to pursue the business more, but I knew I need to add more value to my clients than just the personal training. And so this is around a time where there were multiple fitness and protein brands around. So if you remember like Beachbody, and they had like Shakeology, and you had all these other things going along at the same time. And so around that time, I had a couple people I went to the gym with who I saw them put on lean muscle. I saw another guy drop like 60 pounds, and it was the brand that was associated with it. For my personal reasons, most other proteins made me bloated. Like I always had an issue with like trying to gain weight because I was like 160, 70 pounds, like soaking wet. And I was big into fitness, but I could never gain the weight because I could never find like the protein to like help me do that. And so
Okay.
Herbalife was the first one that like finally was like in that vein. In addition to, I actually had a client who like got some amazing results from it too. So that's when I kind of figured, okay, let me merge these two with my current brand of group fitness and personal training with nutrition. And now that's kind of what my philosophy has been overall, is making sure that people have a holistic view in their goals. It's not just the personal training, because you can work out anywhere, but really
Hmm.
our community eating habits that are most passionate about and focused on.
Okay.
I think that everybody got to be a vegan or none of that, because I'm not. But there's some habits that we have within our community that we need to learn how to fix. A lot of them are simple fixes, but we've never had the conversation from what we do for our breakfast. How much protein do we need to take on a daily basis? How much water we should be taking on a daily
Okay.
basis? Um, Little things like that. And just partnering with Herbalife as a nutrition company made it like a one-stop shop, because a lot of people take B12, they're taking multivitamins, they're taking, they know that there's things that they need to take,
Hmm.
but they're going to 17 different stores trying to figure it out. And I was just like, all right, we just got a one-stop shop. It's a brand that I believe in, and it allowed me to do more coaching aspect for my clients to make sure they get the best results possible.
I'm here for that. I love the beginning, your beginning story, just teaching people how to wobble, and it turned into a actual business and a lifestyle for you. So it's a cute story. I love it. So if you don't mind, like, what is your educational background? Like, what did you get a degree in?
I got my degree in educational studies, Black studies, and a minor in women's studies. I was a teacher at first. I wanted to be a teacher.
Okay. And look at you now.
Right. My first couple jobs out of college were all in the field of education. So
Okay.
working either as a paraprofessional with kids with special needs. I work with the state with with student aid, financial aid, and then being a post-secondary coach. So that was initially what I had, planned to get done, but it's just the passion for helping people in terms of their health goals kind of eventually taking over.
Okay. And I
Mhm.
love that story as well. So another question for you. Someone that's starting off, what
Mhm.
would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
Starting off in what exactly? Are they trying to build a brick and mortar? Are they trying to get their eating habits together? They're trying to do what? What are we trying to do?
We could do this two ways here.
Mhm.
What would you tell a business owner or another personal trainer looking to expand, looking to get into a brick and mortar, looking to offer products, offer their clients a little bit more than just gym
Mhm.
exercise? What would you give them? What advice would you give?
So first, I'll take care of that one. Then you can think of what other the part two to that. So for any trainer, you have to think about the value that you want to add to your clients,
Hmm.
and the value is beyond just the workout. It has to be. You eventually have to look at it like as a coaching experience and not just a training experience.
Okay.
What I mean by that is kind of like people who do hair or people who are barbers. You're dealing with people at a point where you get the chance to talk to them and interact. So you're asking about their days and stuff like that. So then you have to be able to figure out, okay, what more does that person actually need from me? because they can go work out anywhere, people go on vacations. But if you want your clients to have long lasting results, you have to create something for them, whether it mean nutrition plans, a coaching program, an accountability system that your clients can have long-term results. So
Okay.
you have to rebuild their habits, and figure out your best ways to rebuild their habits. And then if you can create a community platform for them as well, where you can connect your clients together. And I think that's what's kind of allowed me to last as long as I have and have the success that I have, is that my clients interact with one another. We have online platforms where my clients, they send pictures of what they eat with each other, and they can have conversations about what they had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and whatever questions that if I'm not readily available for them, they're able to communicate with each other, or somebody can jump in and answer the question, that because they've been around me long enough, they already know what the answer is. So creating more value, whether it be coaching, nutrition plans, more than just once they leave you, are you still in contact with them to get what they need, or get more out of just that 1 hour session that you may be getting.
Okay.
And it's brick and mortar and building a business, you just got to make sure or what you want that to look like for you. But creating community is most important.
Okay. And the next part would be for anybody looking to start off doing healthier activities or
Mm-hmm.
trying to do better, be healthy. What would you suggest? This is just starting off.
For activity wise, find something that you like to do that's fun. And you don't need an hour a day, you just need 30 minutes a day and start from there. During the summertime, I suggest, and it's probably the easiest during the summer, is because you can just go outside.
Okay.
So if that's you going to walk, like, just make it a habit of putting yourself in the position to do so and prepping yourself the day before. So for example, depending on some people's work schedule, them going to the gym in the evening is not feasible because they got kids or whatever like that, and their gym membership don't allow it. So then they will have to go in the morning. The best way to go to the gym in the morning is to go to bed early enough at night. And
Okay.
then, like, prep your clothes, prep it, like, put yourself in a position to do so. Or if you have a hectic schedule where you got kids and all this type of stuff, take a 30-minute walk with your kids before dinner. Like, figure out ways to just get outside and get active and start building a habit that way. It does not always have to be the gym. And I'm actually a major proponent of, like, not anti-gym, because I hit the gym. I know you got to lift weights and build muscle and do all of that stuff. But being active does not equal gym. For example, our group fitness on Mondays and Wednesdays, we have a older people who just walk around the park, because we do it at a big park.
Mhm.
And the rest of us play dodgeball for 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Okay.
That is our activity. And that is the most fun. I am excited about it every week, every time, because I get to be active, but I get to have fun. So
Got
figure
you.
out, activity wise, what's fun for you, or there's something you can do with the least amount of resistance. And during the summertime, probably taking your kids on a walk or going to the park is probably the easiest one for most people. And if you need a little bit more, then finding a class that you enjoy or an activity that you enjoy that allows you to build muscle and find a community of people that you make. Because, like, community, that's why group fitness classes work. You eventually find a community of people. And then as far as eating habits are concerned, start writing what you eat. Just start paying attention to what you eat. Like, write it down. Like, you eat it, write it. And then eventually you be like, I really shouldn't be eating that. I may not have. Like, everybody wants to talk about meal prepping and how they don't like to eat the same thing over and over again. It's not about that. Like, I don't eat the same thing over and over again. If you have an air fryer, you never have to do that. It's just like prep. And I think prepping is probably the biggest thing, is that, like, pay attention and think about in advance. So if you know, like, tomorrow's Wednesday, do you know what you're eating tomorrow? And if the answer is no, figure it out tonight, so that you don't go into the next day without the plan, because then that's how people stop and grab them something to eat, and then they get,
I
that pop
got
out.
you. I got you. I understand completely. And then my last question for you, Cortez. What obstacles did you come across with even just getting to where you are today? What are some of the obstacles that you want to help someone else avoid?
So the first one will be, I went full time before I should have went full time.
Okay.
I should have kept my 9 to 5 longer. And I think a lot of times as entrepreneurs or some people, we were like, oh, I want to work for myself, and they rush into that before they're either financially ready or mentally ready for
Okay.
that. And what I mean by that is sometimes it's actually you're more efficient building your business while you have your 9 to 5 because you're doing more with less time. But then when you work for yourself full time, now you have to fill that schedule up. So I would have taken my time. I would have taken another year or two part time before I went full time into personal training, group fitness, and all of that. I would have probably stayed at my job a little bit longer just to either one increase my brand awareness. Like I would have built the business more instead of
Okay.
just like, oh, I'm full time now and I can do whatever I want. Like, no, I think a lot of times people, and I was young just before kids and all that. So granted, it was a time to make that mistake. But sometimes entrepreneurs are so ready to leave their 9 to 5 that they do so before they are ready to do so. And then as far as another aspect is, I end up building this business during COVID. So it was 2021. It was just, I think sometimes a brick and mortar, you don't know, and you could quote unquote blame COVID or whatever like that, but it took me longer to get things off the ground than I had anticipated. But that just came along with the time of the year that it did, you know what I'm saying? All of that, like it was still August. So people coming in and out of places, reaching out to new places, all those things were factors. But just give yourself some time and some grace when you're starting something new. Especially if you're doing a brick and mortar, make sure you got all your ducks in a row, you got enough safety egg, you got all those things, and make sure you have a solid team and foundation of people who are committed to helping you build whatever you're going to build. So those are probably my two biggest things is if you're an entrepreneur and you're going full time, make sure you're ready to go full time as far as your schedule, your mentality, all that stuff. Like you're prepared to fill up that time in that void. Like don't go full time unless you're forced to go full time, depending
Okay.
on what that business may be. And then when you're starting a brick and mortar or something like that, give yourself the time and grace and make sure that your people and your structure is together. Because someone told me this, just because sometimes you may not own a business, you just may be self-employed, and there's a big difference. Being self-employed and
Mm.
owner is not the same thing.
Okay.
Building a
Okay.
business, it means that business can operate without you.
Okay.
Being self-employed means that you technically just have a job when you work for yourself.
Okay. I'm with you. I am
So
here for it.
learning that is, and once you figure that out, it's probably one of the biggest things. So right now I'm in the process of building a business. I have been
Okay.
self-employed for a long time. So now it's, in a phase of building a business and making sure that things can operate without me. Do things, how long can you step away from your business before things fall apart is one of the biggest things that everyone wants to figure out. Because that's where the quote unquote time freedom comes in, that business don't work without you, then you don't have a business.
Look, I'm writing it down. I ain't want to forget that code. We're gonna have to put that somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, per usual, as always, it was great seeing you, and thank you so much for sitting and chatting with me. If you can again just tell everybody the name of your business, give us a address, that'll be great. And just again, thank you.
Okay. It's Cortez Hicks from Hickory Hills Nutrition, 8075 West 95th Street in Hickory Hills. You can find us on all social media platforms at Hickory Hills Nutrition. Yeah, Hickory Hills Nutrition, and that's the .com as well. But we definitely love to see y'all sometime soon if you're ever in the area. And I appreciate this opportunity.
All right, and thank you so, so, so much again for talking to me and giving us all that information. I'm definitely still in this quote, this sentence. You're gonna see me post that soon. That may be one of the first tweets that I do. So yeah, thank you again. I greatly appreciate you.